All right, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've been around, but I just I got burnt out on the sheer stupidity of the legal filings coming from Delete Laws and Floyd Wallace and Ashley Guillard, and I needed a break. And I promise I will get back to them, but for now I'm going to record a few videos, basically. So I've got a few days with no distractions. So I'm just going to have a marathon recording session over the next couple days. I'm going to do my best to try and get at least some of the legal filings done in that time, but the focus is on videos. And so since I realize reacting to legal filings has a smaller audience. I mean, yeah, it just does have a smaller audience than reacting to the actual sovereign citizen videos. So for those of you who are new, because this is an actual reaction video, I'm Joe. I am an attorney licensed in Utah, and so let's get into it. This video, I'm gonna react to several videos today, but I'm only going to release this one today. But this is Van Balion's latest, and he got it from the channel Crime Scene Cam, I believe. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. This is a sovereign citizen in Florida, in Santa Rosa, Florida. And I say sovereign citizen, he's a sovereign citizen, but don't call me a sovereign citizen. Sovereign citizen. So with that, let's jump into the video. Get my mouse onto the right screen.
14-1075. I'm Officer Scott, Coral Springs Police. Stop me for your speed. You're going 70 in a 40. Give your driver license and insurance.
70 in a 40. 70 in a 40. Now, I'd be the first to admit that I have a bit of a lead foot. Well, not lead. It's carbon fiber and some sort of foam rubber. I don't know exactly, but so not lead, but I do have a lead knee. Well, no, sorry. It's a burnt out LED in my knee, but the knee slappers aside, let's get rid of that. Hopefully I didn't break it. That would make this a very expensive video. But jokes aside, 70 in a 40. In some jurisdictions, I'm not going to say all jurisdictions, but in some jurisdictions, that's a felony. 30 over. Like, there's going to be a grace period. The cops aren't going to pull you over if you're within 5 or 10% of the speed limit, because, well, it wouldn't make sense, because that could be a calibration error in your speedometer. But 30 over, and that's not even on the interstate. That's 70 and a 40. Like I said, that could be a felony level. That, depending on the jurisdiction, it could be felony speeding. It could be felony reckless driving. We're going to see this guy gets off super light, but just, I never give legal advice on my channel. Don't drive 30 over. You're asking for trouble.
Card?
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You didn't know what?
Don't understand.
I'm showing you. Here's the radar unit. You were going 70 miles an hour. The speed limit on University is only 40.
You scanned me with that. I didn't know that.
I'm scaring you with that.
I said you scanned me with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Once again, the police do not need your permission to, well, generally the complaint is, you ran my license plate, that's a invasion of my privacy, and it's a Fourth Amendment violation, which it's not, but you also don't have a privacy interest in your speed. You don't need to know that they are scanning you with the radar or LiDAR or whatever. They just don't.
I didn't give consent for that.
You don't need to give consent for that.
Your name is?
I'm Officer Scott.
Okay.
I need your driver license and your insurance card, please.
Okay.
44. Go ahead and roll me a routine, please.
Oh, give me a moment.
Bravo 42.
I'm just gonna reach for my paperwork.
Okay, no weapons in the car or anything like
no
that?
Weapons, no
okay.
weapons.
We actually pulled into the Petco parking lot here.
Yeah, I did. Please fill this.
What is this?
Petco parking lot.
No, I need your driver license and your insurance card.
So we've seen this before, and not on my channel because I haven't done a whole lot of videos, but this is a common tactic for sovereign citizens. They'll hand the police a sheet, basically a questionnaire saying, before I can interact with you, I need you to fill this out. And it's, of course, pure nonsense because it's just absolute fantasy. It's role play. It's LARPing as if you have some sort of authority over the police, which obviously this guy doesn't. And I want you to pay attention, though, going forward, how many times the officer says, I need your license and insurance. In fact, he's going to make a comment later on that he's going to put it down in his report just how many times he asked to indicate how patient he was with this idiot. But also pay attention to how many times the sovereign citizen says something along the lines of, I'm confused, hang on, I'm working on it, all the while fiddling with his phone.
I'm gonna need you to fill this.
No, I need your driver license and your insurance card.
I'm gonna need you to fill this out.
Okay, I need your driver license and
42,
insurance
you
card.
close?
You said okay. I need you to fill
42,
this out.
I like that. He said okay. It wasn't an okay, I'll do it. It's okay, you need me to fill it out. Ain't gonna happen.
I'll give you a pen.
Get in the wild. 10-454, I'll see you around Petco parking lot.
I need your information.
I need your
didn't
information.
follow you up.
And I need your driver license and your insurance card. If you're failing to comply,
I don't want to make this difficult.
I don't either. I want to make this very easy, but you're making it very difficult. Because I've asked you several times now for your driver license and your insurance card, and you're failing to comply. When you get pulled over by the
Provide
police,
you my license.
Romeo Yankee.
when you get pulled over by the police, you have an obligation to provide identification. You also have an obligation to provide proof of
Yeah,
insurance.
45429 valid, registered to a Frank
Said me.
Yes,
Cesario.
44. If you could roll a supervisor.
While you
as well,
waiting, you
please.
could like do that.
No,
Delta
I'm going to
29.
wait for you.
Did you hear? He asked for a supervisor. The officer requested a supervisor, preempting the sovereign citizen. Before he could even ask for a supervisor, the cop knew where this was going and said, roll a supervisor.
I'm trying to be mutual.
Bravo 44.
No, you're not.
You're requesting a
I've
Delta
asked you
unit while
several
the
times for your
University
driver
Petco
license.
parking lot.
You don't want to give me your driver license.
That's not what I'm doing.
You want to argue and you want to do this sovereign citizen stuff, and this is not going to work out right now.
I'm not sovereign.
This is not going to work out for you.
I'm not sovereign.
Okay,
I have a
From that.
license.
I'm going to give you one more chance to provide your driver license before I pull you out of the car and detain you in handcuffs.
I'm not You all you doing is under duress. You gotta give me time. And I'm asking
None of this is under duress. I've asked you several times.
And I'm working with you.
There is no duress here. You haven't even attempted to locate a driver license.
I'm doing that. How are you lying?
You don't have a driver license in your phone, sir. I need a physical driver license from you.
Like he said, it's not duress, and you're just fiddling about with your phone. Your license isn't on your phone. Of course, I saw a news article just the other day that some states are actually seriously considering having a digital license option, which if security is right, it makes sense. Everyone does walk around with their phone. You can get your insurance on your phone, of course, but the primary thing he wants here is his license. That's not on his phone. Not yet.
You're not. There is no such thing as an electronic version of a driver license.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
Cooperating with me.
Okay.
Give me a moment. You held me under duress. I can turn off my car.
Yes, please turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car.
Give me a moment. You're doing too much.
Stop.
You using aggressive
Stop.
words. I don't have anything in my pocket.
Relax.
You scare me. You scare me.
Relax.
I cannot
Relax.
hold on me.
Relax.
I feel safe here. Calm down. Hold on.
Come out of the car.
You're not allowed.
Come out of the car.
I'm not gonna oppose anything.
Come out of the car. Come out of the car.
He says, I feel safe right here. It's you're under arrest. They haven't said it yet, but you're under arrest. Your safety is important, but you're coming out of the car. Your personal feelings of safety have absolutely nothing to do with it.
You being aggressive.
Face away from me.
Please.
Face away from me.
Allow me.
Face away from me.
Get my stuff out the car.
Get on the floor.
Face away from me.
Is it because I'm wearing all black?
Run around right now.
Is it because I'm wearing all black? Yeah. That's why they're arresting you. Not because you have failed to identify, you failed to produce a driver's license when requested, when given a valid legal request. You failed to provide insurance when requested. No, it's because you're wearing all black. That makes sense. And I like this. We're 3 minutes 43 seconds in right now, so we'll call it 3 minutes and 30 seconds from approach until he's out of the car. And I often say, when dealing with sovereign citizens in a traffic stop, it's ask, tell, make. You ask them for their driver's license. If they fail to give you their driver's license, you tell them. It's not an ask, it's not a request. Tell them, give me your driver's license. And then you make them. Now, the timing is a little bit more nebulous because, between ask and tell, it can be seconds. Between tell and make, there could be a little time, but I wouldn't have any argument. The reason I say there could be some time is because you don't make until there's backup. You don't make until there's at least 2 officers on the scene. So if you're riding around with a partner, you can ask, tell, make very quickly. Whereas if you're on a desolate country road, last week I drove I-80 across Wyoming, and it might be 100 miles waiting for the next highway patroller. So it can be a while between tell and make, but I like how these guys did it. I really like it. And it's no violence. They're not overly aggressive, no matter what the sovereign citizen says. They're professional, but they get it done. And I like that.
Bravo 23, carrying 5
Face
people.
away from it.
Give
Give me your hand.
Oh my!
Put your hand behind your back.
Put your hand behind your back. Do it now. Do it now, right now. You're under arrest.
And I just got finished saying, you know, they're not overly aggressive. They're not overly aggressive. He is resisting. He is resisting. He's fighting the handcuffs. So of course they're going to get him on the ground. That's procedure.
No, I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf. Stop.
Leave your hands behind your back.
Did he just say he's a wolf? I think he said he's a wolf. I mean, I think he said he's a wolf. I don't get it.
Back.
Thank you. Stop. I got work over there. Could you allow me to get my stuff? That wouldn't allow me. I don't have it in my pocket. I have a license. I have
Want to change.
registration. I have
You're under arrest.
Don't allow me.
Let's lock this.
Y'all going to court, man. Y'all using excessive force. I have my license, registration. He won't
23
allow me.
minutes.
I have it directly.
Y'all using excessive force. Y'all going to court. They're scared. They're terrified. They're shaking in their jack boots.
Cherry Road, y'all doing too much. And then you call me a sovereign. And then
You can allow on the oath. I just put these pants so you won't allow me to get anything. I can't
97.
Roll over on your other
fast
side.
enough, but y'all use so much excessive force.
It's all on body cam. So
I can't think fast enough. How much thought does it take? Let's see. My license is in my wallet. It's in my back pocket. Done. Registration. Well, I might have to dig through the glove box for a minute, but that doesn't take much thought. If he had given any inkling that he was even attempting to go after those things, he wouldn't be on the ground right now. But he didn't. He was fiddling about on his phone.
everybody will be able to see just how much time I gave you to provide an ID when you refused over and over.
I didn't refuse. I asked you to fill out that paperwork.
Bring your knees up to your chest. Do it now.
So he didn't refuse. I didn't refuse. I asked you to fill out paperwork. So that is refusal by deflection. Or the other times, it's refusal by just not acknowledging the order. Either way, you refused based on the cops don't have your license. That's a refusal. You don't have to say, no, I refuse. It's much simpler than that. Failure to carry out the order is a refusal.
What?
Roll over onto your knees.
You got me spazzing.
Sit up. Stand up. Stand up.
What part of stand up don't you
You
understand?
can put them in
I
my
don't understand. Exactly.
well, maybe he is just a grade A moron. I don't understand stand up. And it's even under the sovereign citizen mythology. I don't understand. I overstand. Well, putting your feet under your body, your feet are standing under you. You understand. But you don't understand that.
I don't know. I pulled him over. I asked him for ID. He gives me this, tells me I need to fill this out. So I continue to ask him for his ID over and over and over. I told him we're not going to play the sovereign citizen thing. He says I'm not a sovereign.
That car in the background pulled up to the stop sign, and then he's like, nope, and backs up.
He says he's looking for his ID in his phone. I told him 2 or 3 times there's no such thing as an electronic version of a driver license. He tells me I'm a liar. So I go to pull him out. He starts resisting.
Yeah, he's a sovereign.
Now I guess the question becomes, can I go in here to find a license or do I have to wait?
Let's just wait. Why even bother looking for a license?
Oh, I got to ID him.
I agree with the second cop. Why even bother? If he fails to ID, book him as a John Doe. Wait for his fingerprints to come back. It's malicious compliance. You want to play games? Here's the natural result of your game playing.
Rapid ID.
I have that.
You have rapid ID?
Yeah.
Who's the car registered to?
I haven't even checked yet. I didn't have time.
I'll check for you.
Registered.
2392.
Sir, I couldn't have made it any more clear that I needed your driver license.
You see how scared you're supposed to be sensible. You're supposed to be out there. Hey, what are you 44?
Yes.
You're doing this for money.
This has nothing
This
to do
is
with
for
money.
Because no, the way you just disrespect me, I'm gonna have to. I know.
So this is one of the reasons I wanted to cover this video. You're disrespecting me. So way back in the Stone Age, way back when I was in school, in one of the anti-gang lessons we had, and I can't remember if this was junior high, high school, late elementary, but we talked about what in the gang context, what respect means. And respect in that sense means fear. I respect you, that means I fear you. I respect you means I'm going to do what you say, because if I don't, bad things are going to happen. And I can only imagine what this moron means by you disrespected me. It's these cops didn't fear him. They didn't fear his paperwork. They do not care who he is or what he is. They just wanted his driver's license and insurance. And the car's even registered, apparently. But he's on his power trip. You need to respect me. You need to fear me. At least that's how I read it.
You do whatever you have to do. I told you we're not going to play this sovereign citizen
I didn't
thing.
say that.
You're trying to have me fill out sovereign citizen paperwork.
No, I'm not. That's the paperwork gets your information, so I know who you are.
I told you who I was. As
That's
a matter of fact, the very first thing I said to you was, "I'm Officer Scott, Coral Springs Police."
Yeah. And I said Santa Rosa at the beginning, Coral Springs, Florida. But that's literally what he did. He walked up first thing. "Hello, I'm Officer Scott. License and insurance, please." I specifically remembered Officer Scott. He's got a badge on. He's got a uniform on. He's in a marked car. You have everything you need. I mean, you didn't do the standard sovereign citizen name and badge number, but like I said, he gave him his name right off the bat. You don't need him to fill out a form. You're going to have all the information on the paperwork he gives you on your ticket.
I just asked you to fill out that information.
Yep.
That's all I did.
Yep,
Asked you to fill out that information.
And you didn't comply with any lawful command.
I said, give me a moment. I'm doing
I gave you
this.
several moments.
No.
Yes.
Disrespectful, man.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, oh, man, I'm not going back and forth with you.
No, you're going to jail.
You're doing this for money.
No.
You're doing this for money.
I'm doing this because
You
I was
ran something,
conducting
you believe
speed
something, but it's not
enforcement
true.
for the safety of the public because we have several crashes at this intersection. You're driving 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, and then you
I
you refuse to provide a driver license when I
you
ask
ain't
for
give
it.
me the time. I can't. You talking about there's no such
you know
thing
what?
as additional
I'm
license?
going to write it in the police report just how many times I asked you and how long it took.
It's recorded.
Yes. Every single
Everything I
moment.
said is recorded.
Every single moment of our conversation.
My
is
actions is
recorded.
Oh yeah, it's recorded.
recorded. So you can
Every
see I'm
single
trying
moment.
to show you information.
No.
It's gonna show that you don't want to
It's most certainly going to show that I asked you
Well,
several times for an ID and you wanted to play in your phone and give me a paper to fill out.
My camera because I don't have. If you check my pockets, I don't have anything on my pockets. I just came from the gym. I'm trying to give you information.
You didn't
What you
try to
mean?
give me anything. I'm going to get it right now. I need your right index finger.
I'm Jacquez of the Wilson family.
Jacquez of the Wilson.
I'm not a sovereign citizen, but I'm Jacquez of the Wilson family.
Family?
Yes.
Is that your whole name? Jaquez?
Yeah,
Is that how you spell it?
Uppercase J, lowercase a, uppercase W, of the family of the family Wilson. So uppercase W,
Like that.
lowercase I, somewhat.
Somewhat, or that's not it.
Listen,
Is that how you spell your name or not?
I'm being held under duress.
Is that how you spell your name or not?
No.
How do you spell your name?
So there's an E at the end. I told you JACQ, uppercase J, A, lowercase A, C, uppercase. Like, listen, if ESE, ESE, that's how I spell my name. Lowercase A.
That's how it's on your driver's license.
Q,
ESE.
U.
I don't know that it even has a driver license. I need your right index finger.
It's very
You can
difficult.
face that way, and I'll go ahead and take care of it. Face that way.
Is this for a citation?
Face that way. This is for your arrest paperwork. So face that way.
Listen, I have.
If you don't provide me with your ID,
no consent to scam me.
if you don't provide me with,
Like I said, book him as a John Doe. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You sit until the NCIC or whatever it is comes back with your fingerprint. If that means you've got to sit for 3 days waiting, that's on you. Book him as a John Doe.
with your ID, it's going to be an additional charge.
I would like to provide
Okay, then
you with
please face
information.
that way so I can get your identification.
But this is not the.
I'm going to ask you again. Please face that way so I can provide you with you. You can provide me with your
You just
identification.
want to make this worse for me.
No, I don't. I want to make this as easy as possible,
I got all my
and you're making it
documentation.
difficult.
This is all under duress because I try to give you my
Excellent.
information.
Stop talking. Jacquez of the Wilson family.
Okay, I like that second cop. Stop talking, Jacquez of the Wilson family. He hasn't been read his rights because they're not questioning him. They're IDing him. They don't need to read you your Miranda rights to ID you. He just wants him to shut up.
You said, just do what the officer asks you. How hard is that?
I'm shaking because you scared me because you don't want to provide any kind of identification for
I
yourself.
couldn't even stand up
Right.
because
How hard is that?
I'm so scared. I'm under duress.
Right.
I'm
You look
scared.
like you're scared or under duress. So stop talking and just mind your business. Under duress.
What does that mean?
That means shut up and
You-
mind your business.
You're right. This is not my business.
All right, your right finger again. Can you go see if he found this guy? Don't push down. I'm going to do the pressure
I'm
here.
not doing anything. You shake.
Yeah, I'm shaking. I told you. You scared me because you don't want to provide any information
I was
about yourself.
I was scared. I couldn't even stand up. I was a deer in headlights. It's all recorded. I'm just thankful to be alive, but I see you got all this.
I don't know why you're trying to make it difficult for me. Right index finger.
I wasn't. I was really.
You were trying to make it very difficult
I
for
don't
me.
have my license and my pants, but I know I always have them on
1035
my
2 times
phone.
and a C's tag.
Oh,
It's got
okay.
him with a picture and everything.
So your license is no good and they want your tag. That's why you didn't want to give me your information?
That's not completely true. I sent a letter to Miss Terry Rose for my authentication for my license, and that's true. And I have the paperwork, and I know what license. I have all this. I have proof of insurance. I could listen. I'm not trying to harm anybody. You don't want to hear that. You want to send another black person on black jail?
This has nothing to do with black and
I
white.
do not. I'm not.
Maybe he just wants to send all black clothing to jail. You know, put the world in black and white stripes instead.
Consenting. I do not want.
Okay,
I'm not
no problem.
consenting to jail. That's
You don't have to consent to jail. You're going.
Make it known that he's registered on it. Jail.
Okay.
1035 deal.
He's suspended. License.
Now they're just trolling him. Make a note. He doesn't consent to jail.
Can you just send me the just MDT me the driver license? And as I pull him out, he starts pulling away from me. So I push him into the door jamb, ask him to turn around several times. He won't turn around. That's when Gavino comes over and helps me take him down. We put him in handcuffs, put him in the car. So very minimal use of force. But
He's not complaining of any injuries.
he might when we get over to the station because he just is trying to throw everything out there.
Right.
If you want to ask him if he has injuries, I'm fine with that. I can get him medically cleared, not an issue. He's going to go for resisting. He's going to go for driving with a license that's no good.
Okay.
I'm going to give him the ticket for 30 over. I'm going to give him the ticket for failing to provide proof of insurance. We're going to take his tag.
The whole and suspend the deal.
Well, that's going to be on the PC.
And
So
he's got the 27 for.
So you hear that? First cops, Officer Scott has been saying his license is no good. It's suspended. So frankly, that's generally, I can't speak for Florida, but generally that's a worse charge than driving unlicensed. If it's suspended, that could be an aggravated unlicensed, or like I said, driving on a suspended license. That you do it enough, that's a felony. That's bad. But he doesn't consent to jail, so even if he does get the felonies, it doesn't matter because he doesn't consent.
Resisting.
So
right.
Is the car registered to him?
Yeah.
So the car's his. But the tag is a bad tag or something?
No, it just says he's
Probably it's an insurance problem.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pay shit. It's not his problem.
Yeah, but no, we can't tow it unless the
Unless
property management wants to tow it. So. Okay.
He is lucky. He's lucky that he's in a Petco parking lot. Did you guys hear that? We can't tow it unless the property manager says to tow it. If he'd pulled over on the road, on the public street, he'd be towed. It would be impounded. But since he pulled into the parking lot, he caught a break. Oh, he is lucky.
Listen.
Your car is going to stay here. Okay, it's not going to have a tag on it because the state wants the tag back. So there's a chance that it gets towed by the plaza. Okay,
I would not. I wouldn't consent to that. Like before,
you don't listen.
I know you're trying.
We're not
to
talking about consent.
I know
or
you're operating. Like honestly,
okay.
you don't. Really
we're not talking about consent.
Have
The plaza doesn't need your consent to tow your vehicle if it's sitting here with no tag on it and it's not going to move.
Like,
listen to me, okay?
We need to.
I am not towing your car. I can't make that more clear. I am not towing your car. We're going to leave it here. What I'm trying to ask you is if there's anything valuable in your car that you'd like me to take out and put in the police department for safekeeping, because there's a chance that the plaza owner tows your car because it's sitting here without a tag on it. I'm trying to be.
And the plaza owner absolutely has jurisdiction over their parking lot. I mean, the cops do have jurisdiction, but as far as having it towed, the plaza owners absolutely have jurisdiction. And they're, presumably, if they do tow it, it's a locked car. They're not going to inventory it. So the police are doing him a favor here, asking, is there anything you want to go with you to make sure that it doesn't go to the impound lot and potentially disappear because it's not in inventory?
As nice as I possibly can to you, and you're making my job extremely difficult.
Listen,
So here's the thing. If you have something valuable in there that you'd like me to take out and put in the police department for safekeeping, tell me. If you don't have anything valuable in there, that's okay. I'll leave it all in there. If you don't want to answer the question, things are going to be left in there because I have no legal right to search your car at this moment. Okay? Unless you want to give me consent to search your car. Would you like to give me consent to search your vehicle?
give me a moment. Like,
Okay.
You giving me a lot. I have.
No! No! This guy is a moron. How stupid can you get? He has to think about whether to give his driver's license. He's got to think about everything. But when the police ask if they have your permission to search your car, that's an easy one. No. Kick rocks. Get lost. Never. But he's got to think about it. Even for a sovereign citizen, that's an easy question to ask. But he's got to think about it.
The thing that I was getting for you to give you the paperwork, I have a binder and I have my book bag and my phone. And it's not no joke. I don't see your badge number, and that's really. I don't see your badge number. You say your name. Like, I know a Boston guy. He played for Florida.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Do I have consent to search your vehicle?
I asked you to.
Do I have consent to search your? Do I have consent to search your vehicle? Yes or it's a yes or a no question. Do I have consent to search your vehicle?
Do you need that to get the stuff out?
Will you allow me to search your vehicle?
I'll allow you to grab two things that I'm identifying for you out of my vehicle.
Okay, what two things?
My book bag.
Where is the book bag?
I believe it's in the back seat.
Can you get the book bag out of the back seat?
Now, they're probably going to search the book bag because it's going into inventory, so don't ask them to get your book bag if it has anything illegal in it.
Please. What else?
I don't have anything.
That's it? Just the book bag?
And the binder with all my documentation.
Where is the binder? The one that you had in your lap?
Yes.
And the accordion binder on the front seat.
And that paper, I still need you to fill that out.
No, I'm not going to fill that paper out. You're going to have all my information on your probable cause affidavit, okay?
Him right there, too. Because he put his hand in my eye.
No problem. That's all you need out of the car?
Please zip it back up. Zip it back up, please.
Okay. That's all you need?
Could you zip it back up, please?
We're going to put it in the car, and it's going to go with you. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Is that all you need out of the car? I have your phone and your key. They're going to go with you. I'm going to lock your car.
My social security is in there, too.
Where?
It's on the side of the vehicle where the blue pouch is right there.
The social security card is in the door. Anything else?
It's not.
Wait.
In the blue pouch. It's not in the blue pouch. It's only like 3 papers that's not on the blue pouch. But I don't want nobody to.
He's going to get going.
If you're a sovereign citizen, why do you need a social security card? I mean, is it almost like you want to have your cake and eat it too? You want to opt out of society, but if you can get any benefits from that social security card, gimme. But another piece of life advice. This isn't legal advice, just life advice. Leave your social security card at home. Don't make it easy for identity thieves. Just leave it at home, please.
Gloves on.
Okay.
Other than your social security card, is there anything else before I lock this car?
All my legal documents and stuff.
The legal documents are there on the trunk.
You got my phone.
Yep.
And honestly, I'm truly not trying to accept going to jail. It's gonna be repercussions.
You don't have to accept going to jail. You're going to jail. There is no getting out of it. You're past the point of return.
If
I was extremely polite.
Show me probable cause.
Yes, I'm going to show you probable cause on the probable cause affidavit.
If you can show me probable cause, I'll go to jail. The judge needs to see probable cause to bind you over. Of course, assuming this moron sues, pulls a delete laws and sues for a perfectly good arrest, it's going to matter if there's probable cause or not for the arrest, but they don't have to prove to you that there's probable cause in order to arrest you. You're just along for the ride. Now, once he comes to me to defend him, which he's not going to because, well, he's in Florida and I'm in Utah, and sovereign citizens don't believe they need lawyers because, they're galaxy brains. But someone comes to me, I'm absolutely looking for probable cause or a way to prove a lack of probable cause, which generally doesn't happen because, there are bad police out there. There are bad police interactions out there. But generally, there's going to be at least probable cause.
David, okay? No problem
There's
with
no
that.
probable cause.
Okay,
I'm trying to show
okay.
you.
That you can
tell
argue
me-
that all day
Could you
long.
Tell me what? I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. I got a 400-page book of how to deal with
Perfect.
these situations.
I've just been arguing for the last 17 minutes, but I'm not going to argue because I've got a 400-page document that tells me how to argue it. Of course, it's 400 pages of gibberish or gobbledygook or whatever.
You might know what it's called too. So I'm going when I go to the jail, because y'all gotta send me to the jail.
Hold on.
And this is
We can have this conversation on the way to jail. Is there anything else in the car that you need me to take out before we leave it here secured?
secure, so you can roll up my windows. Can you roll up my
Yep,
windows?
I'll roll the windows up and lock the doors. Is there anything you need out of the car? I'm asking you a question and you're not answering me. This is your last chance to answer before I just lock the car up and leave it there. Is there anything else that you need that's valuable inside of the car?
My social security, so you gotta get his gloves. I did ask y'all to look through my book bag.
Okay. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Can I show you?
We'll have a conversation on the way to the jail, okay? Officer Scott. No, you don't need my first name. My badge number is 996.
That's a good badge number, 996. As some of you may know, I'm a car guy. I so the Porsche 911 996 generation, the headlights are awful, but the car, even though it's a little controversial since it's the first water-cooled 911, the car is fantastic. And as long as the intermediate bearing or shaft or whatever it is fixed, as long as it's sorted, of course, on the turbo, that's not a problem. It's a fantastic car, and it's an absolute bargain.
Okay. What's your point? Did you not have a point, or you just don't want to talk to me anymore? Why didn't I cooperate? That's the question for real right now?
The emotional intelligence is
The question is, why didn't I cooperate? That's the question right now?
I know that I always have a copy of everything on my phone.
Okay, well, there's no such thing as an...
All right. Well, since I like money, I am going to fast forward to booking since there's music playing in the car, so.
Right in this door.
Can you open the door for me?
Yep, come over here. Make your first left. And have a seat on the bench. Have a seat on the bench.
That's the bench.
Well, the funny thing is you had your driver license the whole time, and you never even tried to get it for me.
I didn't know where it was.
Oh,
I told
okay.
you that.
Go ahead and
That's why
stand
I tried
up.
to pull it up on my phone, but that's
Turn
what I'm
around.
saying.
You're fiddling on your phone the whole time, saying, hold on, hold on, hold on. You didn't say, I don't know where it is. but here's my name and birthday. You give him that and you're not arrested. Unless they had another reason to arrest you. But if you don't know where your driver's license is, you can identify with your name and birth date. And as long as they're able to confirm it, that's you might get ticketed for driving without it in your possession, without your ID in your possession. But chances are, well, of course it's suspended for him anyway, but chances are, if you get that ticket, you show up to court and you show it to the prosecutor, it's going to be dismissed. Because you're not arrested for failure to ID because you ID'd. It's just for failure to carry, driving without it in your physical possession, whatever it's called in your jurisdiction. But like I said, it's going to be dismissed if you show up to court and show the prosecutor. And that's even before trial. Sometimes you go to the police station later that day and you show it in the police station and it's dismissed. Like it never even is entered into the system because they yoink it out before it even goes to the prosecutor. Now, does this always work? No, but generally that's what's going to happen. But you played stupid games, and this is your stupid prize.
That's not my license.
Oh, that's not your driver license? What is that?
I mean, that's called a driver
Bravo
license.
25
That's not
LB
me.
98.
Oh, who is that?
Can you copy another?
You
Put
see-
this hand on top of your head. Put that hand on top of your head.
So now it's stolen driver's license, fraudulent driver's license. If it's not your driver's license, are you trying to catch additional charges for it? I'm petty, so I'd absolutely give him the additional charges, but
Right.
On top of your head.
1808 Northwest 83rd.
I gave you my name. I gave you my name. And
All right. Go ahead and have a seat on the bench. You don't have to.
you were already under arrest when you gave your name. It was too late. You were already under arrest. The time to give your name was when you were fiddling about with your phone.
Put your hands on your head anymore. You can just sit.
showed you my situation.
Okay. Well, this
We're all-
name on the driver license is the same one you gave me. So is this you
No,
or
it's
not you?
It's not. It's
Jaquez
not
Wilson.
the name I gave you.
Yes, it is.
You typed my name.
Yeah.
That's not my,
And that's the same name that you gave me.
That's not.
Jaquez Wilson.
That's not the name. I gave you Jaquez, uppercase J, and I said the Wilson family.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I have my license. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone. That was enough for you to take it to that next level.
Yes, I understand you're extremely intent on trying to downplay the whole situation, but it was much more than that.
You're saying you gotta make it much more than that.
No, you.
I mean, even if he had said, "Sir, I don't know where my license is, but I have a picture of it on my phone," is that will that work? It probably would. It's not your actual driver's license, your physical driver's license, but it would have ID'd you. But you didn't even say that's what you were doing.
You made it much more than that. That's what I'm saying. All of it's on body camera. So we don't even have to sit here and dispute the facts. We can just watch them later in court. How about that? How does that sound to you?
I'm not necessarily sure.
I know. It's hard for you to understand when you don't have anything to say.
Yeah, that protects from X-ray, UV.
Okay.
For
Is
the
this the same
father.
thing? Protects from radiation? You made this yourself?
34 copy.
Wow.
So my phone gets radiation, a good 2,000 and up.
I mean, you carry your phone around in what amounts to a Faraday cage, blocking it. How are you going to receive phone calls? I mean, that's not really a problem for me because who calls anyone anyway? But it kind of defeats the purpose of a mobile phone. In that case, why not just have a landline?
Ooh, but yours has direct. That gun you got.
Yeah, the radar gun. Yeah, the one that I got. You're going 70 and a 40 on.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, you should be because I showed it to you.
I wasn't driving either.
Oh, you weren't driving now? Oh. Who was driving? Oh, who was driving? Who was
I
driving?
was traveling to Walmart.
Oh, you were traveling. Yet another sovereign citizen statement. But you're not a sovereign citizen, right?
Well, I told you about doing that. You keep calling me a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, because that's exactly what sovereign citizens say. I was traveling. I wasn't driving.
Proof again. That's not proof against anything. You don't believe everything you read. You shouldn't believe everything you hear and have to.
Okay.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. I'm going to believe all the nonsense that fake gurus on the internet tell me, but what you learned in school, what you learned in the academy, what you learned from actual law books, you shouldn't believe that. You shouldn't believe everything you hear. But if something sounds good to me, I'm going to believe it, and you should too.
So what you doing? That's you just playing a label on me. That's not good.
I didn't put a label on you. I said yet another sovereign citizen statement, but you said
you're putting a label on me because that's a great defense. You're playing sovereign citizen games, but let's quibble about what is a sovereign citizen? What does that mean? It's your actions that matter. Your actions. You are pulling all of the classic sovereign citizen nonsense. You're not driving, you're traveling. Your name is in upper and lowercase letters. You're what else? I know we'd have a bingo by now, but well, and of course, don't you dare call me sovereign citizen, even though I'm, a sovereign citizen. That would be on the bingo card. But let's quibble about the label sovereign citizen, not the sovereign citizen actions.
Said that you're not a sovereign citizen. That's exactly what I said.
That's not who I am. Who I am.
Oh, I found your license.
You found my,
Yeah.
So you found my
I found your driver license with all your information on it and your picture.
You found my wallet.
Remember how I said they'd search the backpack since it's in their custody? If they're putting it in inventory, they've got to know everything in it. So, pro tip, if you are walking around with a bag of weed in your backpack, you might want to leave that with a friend or leave it in your car. Don't take it in inventory. You're going to have a bad time because that's going to be introducing contraband to a secure facility. Very naughty.
No.
Yeah, and that's not my license.
I found your driver license. Or should I call it a traveler's license?
I could have shown you that too. I have one of those too.
Oh, okay. Here's your insurance for the car and the registration. All things I asked you for that you never gave me out there. I don't know why you wouldn't just give it to me out there.
I couldn't think, so I'm giving it to you. I'm not going to go back and forth. What does that say?
What does that say? Ignorance of the law does not excuse misconduct in anyone.
Ignorance of the law does not excuse misconduct in anyone. But he is so ignorant that he doesn't realize he's the ignorant one. And by that, I mean the sovereign citizen, of course, not the police officer.
Least of all, a sworn officer of the law. So Isn't that funny that your ignorance of the law got you in trouble today? Because you wouldn't provide me with a hard copy of your driver license.
That's not
Or
true.
any copy.
It's 100% true. Stand up. It's going to go out this door, make a left, and you're going to make a left into the first cell on your left.
Can I go to the restaurant?
Yep, it's right in there on the left.
In the cell.
The suspect was charged with multiple crimes, including 1 count of resisting an
Okay. Resist an officer without violence. Drive while license suspended, first offense. Refuse to surrender, suspended driver's license. Unlawful speed, posted municipal state road. And failure to provide proof of liability or security. Those were the
an
charges.
officer without violence. After pleading no contest, he was sentenced to pay a fine of $293.
Pled no contest. So he didn't admit guilt, but he said, you probably have enough to find me guilty. And he was fined $293. It's, like I said at the very beginning, he got off really easy. But, you know, he still had to take the ride. He still spent how long in a cell? He's spent how long fighting this? Whereas he could have just taken the ticket, provided his license, and, you know, what would he have got the same result, $293, but no arrest? Probably. Might have been a little cheaper, but you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And by the way, he's stupid. And I don't know why I restarted it.
Sunday.
Okay, that's why I restarted it. We got to hear the officer's frustration. So that was a fun one. I didn't think I was going to do quite so much of it, but other than the copyrighted music, it just, that one was too much fun. So yeah. And it just had so many life lessons. So many life lessons. If only sovereign citizens were capable of learning those lessons. But with that, thanks for joining me for this first video of my marathon. It won't seem like a marathon to you guys, but it's a marathon to me. So thanks for joining me. Please do all the YouTube-y things, like, share, subscribe, bribe your friends to do the same. And I will see you very soon on the next one, which I am going to record right now. So bye-bye.